Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I'm actually I left my house probably about 3 o'clock this morning. Me and Ricky had to we ran some errands and whatnot, so we left her car like way out in Cave Creek. So that's where I'm at. It's 3:54 a.m. So I'm gonna start heading in the direction of the gym. Yesterday I was thinking, and if you can't tell, I do a lot of thinking. This security guy in this parking lot is creepy. Like, dude, park, chill, relax. And what I was thinking is I did a post probably like a week ago, and the post, or maybe 2 weeks ago, the post had a lot to do with who you hang out with, who you're around, is really going to dictate the outcome, are really going to encourage you or influence you to be whoever it is you're going to be. Then I started giving it a little more thought, and I said, well, it's important to be around the right type of people. It's important to be around the right type of mindset. What's also important to know is it may not, what they're doing may not take immediately. And what I mean by that is there's certain people I like being around, but they're doing way better than me. They're doing way more than me. They're on top of it. They're clicking, right? Well, here's the thing. As much as I want to be on top of it, as much as I want to be at a position that they're at, as much as I want to be clicking, like, the fact is that's just not going to happen. But it will happen at my pace. It will happen at my time. It'll happen at my speed. But you have to be patient with that. And the beauty of it is actually that slow little increments of the things that you appreciate about the people that you're around, you end up adopting and you end up adapting as a parts of your life, which eventually starts to take root, and it starts to create a different mindset, starts to create a different way of thinking, it starts to create a different way of being. Versus if you're around somebody who spends all their money, it's a good chance that you're going to spend all your money. If you're around somebody who's not motivated to get up and go and achieve and accomplish as much as they can in a day, chances are you're not going to want to get up and be motivated and to accomplish everything that you need to in the day. The beautiful thing about surrounding yourself with the right people is that it creates an atmosphere that gives you the faith to believe. I think for me, I was always kind of alone. I didn't really do the big friend group thing just because that just wasn't me. And now the more that I think about it, I slowly, surely, but surely been able to wean myself away from certain things that didn't necessarily benefit me. They weren't self fulfilling. They did not benefit the direction I wanted to go in. And the good thing is that it's okay if it doesn't happen all in one night. If I had to give you a metaphor to think about, imagine you had to sit down and eat, but you had to eat a cow. Life is a lot like this cow. You're going to have to cut it up, section it up, and you're going to have to consume it a little bit at a time because that's just the way it works. As we were driving right now, I could tell Ricky was tired, and it was actually kind of hilarious to me. She says, I don't know how you get up this early in the morning. I said, it wasn't easy in the beginning. I said, but see, now I take pride in the fact that I know that the majority of the world is still asleep. I said, I have the luxury of getting to where I got to go without the inconvenience of traffic and all these other things. And what that convenience gives me, it gives me the ability to think, to meditate. It gives me the ability to not be in a high stress situation. It gives me the ability to already come alive. I told her that I'm already alert. I'm already thinking about noon. What appointments I have going into noon. I'm already ahead. My mind is already thinking. I'm not still trying to figure out what's going on. So there's going to be different habits and traits that you're going to be able to adopt into your life by making sure you have the right people around you. I can almost guarantee that if you have the wrong people around you, then your outcome is going to be exactly what you keep. Just like your health is going to be exactly what you eat. So you have to be aware and you have to be mindful of these things in order to make sure that you are absolutely capitalizing on the best that you can be. I have to do it. I have to make sure that I can be the best that I can be. That's why I take advice on health and fitness from somebody who is at that level. That's why I take business advice from people who are already at that level. That's why I take life advice from people who are already at that level. That's why I take financial advice from people who are already at that level. My inner circle consists of people who are already at that level. And what I've learned about these type of people love to share. They love to divulge their secrets, which aren't secrets. They love to divulge that whatever you need is already inside of you. They love to confirm that. They love to confirm the fact that you don't need any external or outside forces to help you get to where you got to go. You were born with 100% of what you need. So when I made that statement a couple weeks ago about who you should be around will dictate the type of person or the type of atmosphere you'll create, well, I took it a step further, and I was thinking about it yesterday, and I said, it has created an atmosphere, but it wasn't one that happened overnight. It's not like you're going to come hang out with me and you're going to start doing videos tomorrow, or you're going to start talking a certain way. You're going to, your lingo's going to switch. It's going to be a steady course. If I'm somebody that you respect, or somebody that you trust and emulate my lifestyle you feel will get you closer to yours, then slowly and gradually you'll adopt certain habits and traits that will benefit you. But one thing, like I said, life is like a cow that you have to digest and eat. You can't do it in one sitting. You have to take little bits and pieces, you have to section it up, and then you have to consume it one bite at a time. And just be comfortable with that. Life is fast enough. Our kids are growing up before we even know it. We're old and decrepit and falling apart before we even know it. Time is one thing that we cannot control or stop, but we can control what we do inside that time. And my suggestion is, if you want to be in control of the time, be in control of what you do in the day. Be in control of who you're around. Be in control of what you eat. Be in control of your workout habits. Be in control. Set certain disciplines. Because the same way being around somebody who has certain levels of success that you like or you want or you think are really cool, well, that's the same way with adapting different habits. You're not gonna get them all at one time. I didn't just start waking up at 2:00 in the morning and say, "Let's go." It was gradual. I started at 4. Started at 3:30. And I gradually got to a point where I said, I like this time. This time is perfect for me. There's nobody out. I can get to and from. I can do my video. I feel comfortable. I feel relaxed. My body still feels very much in charge and in control. Had my body told me something different once I had tuned the clock back to 2:05, then I wouldn't have done it. But I listened to myself and I made subtle incremental adjustments. I make subtle incremental adjustments in my schedule. I am developing a schedule throughout my day that is not only time productive, but is also income producing. That is the most efficient way to utilize my 8, 9, or 10-hour day. And guess what? Still make it back to my family to enjoy time with them, because time keeps going. If you don't do the right thing with what you have when you have it, the only person that you can hold responsible in the end is you. If you didn't make the money you wanted, maybe it's because you didn't have a goal in mind. If you didn't get the health targets that you wanted, maybe it's because you didn't pay attention to what you were eating. If you didn't get your family in line, maybe because you put other things over it. I wrote something down, and I'll share it with you before I go. I was writing down a bunch of notes, and I'll share it with you. Nobody's probably going to watch a 10-minute video, but guess what? I don't care. It says, shit, I wrote more than I thought. And this is what it says. Count what it costs, add up the personal cost. If being disciplined in what you eat means that you lose weight, then the cost was worth it. If getting to your goals means that you have to sacrifice your faith, your family, or yourself, is the cost worth it? So the question was, count what it cost, add up the personal cost. Count what it cost and what it provides. Peace out. I'm on my way to the gym. It's 4:05.